Hey, what's going on? It's your boy back at you with another vlog, another video, and I want to talk about Kwame Brown. I want to talk about Jaye and I want to talk about Ticket TV. At the end of the day, man, I really don't care for the videos they made about Stephen Curry a couple of days ago. I've been wanting to get to this. I'm gonna do this video on the fly. I ain't gonna be on this long. I'm about to hop in this store, but I just want to drop my 2 cents. At the end of the day, man, first of all, I want to talk about Kwame Brown. Like, this dude really runs his mouth like, you know, like he's really that guy when he really wasn't a great player in the NBA. You know, he bounced around the NBA. And, you know, I'm not going to tear the brother down. He played 12 seasons in the NBA. But at the end of the day, you know, how can he talk ish about Steph? Steph is a winner. Steph has $74 million in the bank. Steph Curry got his own shoe deal. Steph Curry, he going to the Hall of Fame. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He got his gold medal. He got his 4 championships. He got his final MVP. He got his 2 league MVPs. He's a 10-time All-Star, 4 all NBA. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, Kwame, man. How can he talk? How can he talk about anybody? And you know what I'm saying? The only way, and the thing is, like, and I hate to say this, but Steph Curry don't need super chats. Steph Curry don't need PayPal. Steph Curry don't need to gossip. Like, it's sad that you got and think about Kwame Brown, right? He's a 43-year-old grown man out here gossiping every day. I mean, it's just, to me, it's crazy, man, that you can sit around, you worrying about this man's wife. When being honest, have we ever seen Kwame Brown with a woman? Does he have a girlfriend? How can you criticize, you know, what about his relationship? You know what I'm saying? But this the stuff that the YouTubers, they talk big and bad on the internet, but they're not going to show you their personal life. How can you talk about Steph's wife when I've never seen this man with a woman? I've never seen Ticket TV with a woman. I've never seen Jaye with a woman. Hell, excuse my friend, but hell, I ain't never seen Jaye picture. Except, you know, the picture they used for his YouTube page. You know, Jaye out here talking about people. You know, the blah, 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 you know, Steph is this, Steph is that. Like, he a simp and he all this, but what about Jaye life? He got so much to say about these celebrities, but he never shows his face on camera, right? I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to you. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I just think at the end of the day that Ticket TV and Kwame Brown, they need to stop the nonsense, man. They need to stop tearing other people down because their career didn't work out. You was a number one draft pick. And then you got Kwame Brown. He out here crying about Michael Jordan and crying about these people when you didn't live up to expectations in Washington. He low-key hates on Gilbert Arenas because Gilbert Arenas was a success in Washington. Gilbert Arenas went to 3 straight All-Star games. You know what I'm saying? He was a 3-time All-Star. He was Agent Zero. And I think a lot of the hate that Kwame Brown has is because Gilbert Arenas lived up to expectation in Washington, and this man didn't. And my thing is, at the end of the day, that I really think, and I'm not being funny, but I really think that Ticket TV and Kwame Brown, along with Jaye Black, I really think they need prayer, bro. That somebody might have somebody hurt them. And I think that you don't have to keep tearing people down because somebody hurt you. Because I listen to Jaye Black, all them bitter videos that he be making about women. That, basically venting. Basically like Kwame Brown, venting on YouTube because your career didn't work out. You got to understand, at the end of the day, everybody ain't going to be Mike. Everybody ain't going to be Kobe. Everybody ain't going to be LeBron. Everybody ain't going to be Steph. Everybody ain't going to be Magic. Everybody ain't going to be Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be Dr. J. Everybody's not going to be Larry Bird. Everybody's not going to be a great player. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out in Washington. And he has to let that go, man. But he can't let it go. And you can hear it in the videos. How butthurt Kwame Brown is. Same with Ticket. You didn't make it in the NBA. But he got a nerve to sit around and talk trash. You a 40-something-year-old man every day crying. I mean, Ticket TV talks about these, and I'm not trying to down a brother. If that's how he get paid, that's how he get paid. But how that make you look? That your whole life is being online, gossiping every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steph Curry played with the Golden State Warriors, not the YMCA Warriors, and I'm not trying to be funny. Ticket TV did not make the NBA. And that's why he hates on guys like Steph. That's why he hates on Kawhi Leonard. He calls him Kawhi. But his pockets ain't lying. Kawhi Leonard ain't hiding who he is. You living in a third world country, but you got a nerve to sit around and talk about Steph. Steph Curry can afford to live in the United States. Why this man live in a poor country, third world country? Like, we got to talk, we got to have this conversation. And I really didn't want to have this conversation, but we need to have this conversation. That everybody hates on Steph. Why does Steph get all this hate? When that man worked hard, that man didn't even get a D1, top D1 school, didn't even want this man. That man got out the mud. That man didn't want no handouts. That man works hard on his game. At 37 years old, I seen him I think a couple of weeks ago. He was somewhere in the Bay Area. He was doing exercises. At 37 years old, this man was running up the hill. This man don't have to play basketball. He doesn't need basketball. He done won everything. He done everything. But he loves the game of basketball. And that's the problem with Ticket TV and Kwame Brown. These guys didn't put in the work. If you want something bad enough, I always say this, man. Hear me out. People that want something will find a way. But people who don't will find excuses and blame others. Like Don Shula, legendary coach for the Miami Dolphins. Rest in peace, Don. We miss you. Strong people blame themselves, but inferior people blame others. Inferior people tear people down all day long. Like, come on, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, what? And I understand, people gossip and all that, but yet you start talking about people's personal life. That's my problem. That's my problem, bro. Like, he played with the Warriors. So, that means that man was your teammate, and you dogging your ex-teammate. Because, I mean, Kwame played with 1,000 teams. But you sitting around tearing everybody down, where's that getting you? That sometimes you got to learn how to let stuff go. Ticket need to let it go. That I know it hurt to be cut by the Lakers. And that's why he hates the Lakers. That's why he has such disdain for the Lakers, because they cut him. They G League affiliate cut him. But sitting around tearing everybody else down, where's that getting you? Same with Jaye the Black. That you got a miserable, you have to have a miserable life to sit around and keep cutting people down. You talking about everybody else's relationship. What about your relationship? I've never seen Jaye the Black. I'm dying for him to do a video on camera. But you get out here and talk trash, and y'all listen to these people, because all y'all want to hear is a bunch of gossip, man. Kwame Brown need to stop that mess, man. He need to stop that foolishness. Gossiping every day. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys need that bread. They got to make up foolishness to get paid. Just like Ticket. He talks about all these celebrities. Talks about Meg Thee Stallion. He talks about Tory Lanez. He talks about Kawhi. He talks about all these high-profile people. It's just like he a gossip girl, man. I remember back in the days, Ticket. I used to rock with Ticket back in the days. You know what I'm saying? And he used to talk about basketball. I used to rock with him a few years ago. But then I noticed how he started, he started gossiping, man. That his whole page is nothing but gossip. That to me, they come off desperate, just like with Kwame Brown. You 40-something years old, and you out here crying about another man's marriage? Like, really? Don't you have a life? Your whole life is sitting online because they need that money. And Kwame Brown ain't gonna tell the truth, but him and Ticket, they put on that big front. But if they don't get that click, they not eating. You know what I'm saying? But that's the problem. Like, why you gonna tear another brother down? Because you spent up all your money? Kwame Brown spent up all his money. You beg. I mean, think about it. You a former NBA player, and you gossiping, man. Like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. And the crazy thing about it, I don't really think Steph Curry cares. Now, I'm not gonna take up, Aisha. That's my girl, right? But Aisha do need to keep her mouth shut. Okay, I give them that. But constantly disrespecting that man's wife, that's not right. How would they feel if somebody disrespecting their wife? They be about ready to fight. I just think it's ridiculous, man. It is absolutely ridiculous why Steph gets all this hate. When this man worked hard for everything, that man didn't want no. He didn't take the easy way out. Times got tough. He stuck with Golden State. You got to give him props for that. That man gonna get his statue outside the Chase Center. That man gonna get his 30. That 30 gonna be hanging right at the Chase Center. He's a Bay Area icon. He's an NBA icon. What is Kwame Brown's legacy? Steph's legacy is set. What is Kwame Brown's legacy? What? Crying on the internet about Michael Jordan? When Michael Jordan was actually trying to help the man. But he can't take criticism. Ticket TV as well can't take criticism. And that's why they failed in their NBA careers. Does Cricket TV have an NBA career? What career does this man have? But sitting online, gossiping like a little girl. I ain't calling nobody no names. I just think it's ridiculous. You worrying about that man's marriage. They need to wash I look at it like this. Wash your clothes before you complain about another man's clothes. Fix your life before you talk about this man's life. That man made the NBA. And this dude, and the crazy thing about it, Steph Curry number 6'2", 6'3", 6'3" at best, and dominated the NBA. Did Kwame Brown dominate the NBA? Steph Curry thrived in the NBA. Kwame Brown survived because he didn't want to put in the work. He was lazy. He did whatever he could. He did whatever he could to get by. He wanted to get by. Steph didn't want to just get by. Steph wanted to belong in the NBA. Steph Curry worked on his game. He worked on his game. What can you say about Steph Curry? Taking shots at this man. That's BS. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad, bro. It's just sad that these dudes, former basketball players, all that hype, and didn't use it. I mean, Ticket TV is 6'9", and you let your height go to waste like that. You didn't want to put in the work. You out here gossiping every day. I mean, basically his channel is turned into Wendy Williams. I don't even watch it. Because I got to speak up for Steph. Now, Steph need to talk to Aisha. That he do need to talk to her about that, about the things that she said, because some things just don't need to be said. Some things just need to be kept in the house. And she can say some crazy things, but at the end of the day, hey, they still together. At the end of the day, they making it work. He keep it moving. If the comments is not bothering him, why is it bothering them? Because you just desperate for a click. Is it about the click or is it about helping the community? That we got to stop tearing each other down and start building each other up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be negative. I just don't understand, like, what is the hate with Steph Curry? Because it's just jealousy, man. Because his career, he's a Hall of Famer, and they're not. You got to gossip every day. Like, come on, man, talking about different people. That's female energy. That's not a real man. A real man ain't going to keep making videos about people's personal life. Come on, man. And y'all don't understand that when you out here tearing these people down, do you realize that Steph Curry got family? Do you realize that Aisha Curry got family? These people out here, they got family. They don't want to hear that nonsense. You got to dirty somebody else's name to put money in your pocket. And the thing is, I think that Kwame Brown, he spent all his money. He spent all his money. That's why he up here every day making them desperate videos. 4 years ago, that man got millions of views by crying about Stephen A. Smith, crying about Michael Jordan, crying about Kobe Bryant. Nobody liked him because he was lazy. You know what I'm saying? If the crazy thing about it, he wouldn't be venting on YouTube if he would have put in the work. Stephen A. Smith wouldn't have had nothing bad to say if he would have stepped his game up. Come on, man. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm just saying I don't understand this dude. How can you talk about Steph, man? How? How can you talk when you was one of the biggest busts in NBA history? Accept it. Accept it, man. Ticket TV did not make the NBA. He comes off very desperate. I mean, come on, man. You 6'9", you let your height go to waste. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I just talk about Jaye the Black. I'm gonna finish this. How can Jaye the Black talk about anybody? We don't even know what he looked like. I've done videos in the past being on the camera. I would look on the camera. I'll show you. At the end of the day, I just look at it like it's just sad, bro. Like, you don't have to keep tearing another man down to build yourself up. You don't have to do that, man. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. His life can't compare to Steph. Steph got shoes. Steph got businesses. What does Kwame Brown got? A YouTube channel thrives off a bunch of gossip. You crying about celebrities. You crying about all these other people. I don't even do YouTube like that no more. Because my life has been better without posting. I don't need YouTube. Because I got a life outside of YouTube. I heard a YouTuber say that, even though we might not see eye to eye, but I respect him for saying that. This is YouTube. I forgot his name. And he said on the thing, he said, I don't need clicks. I don't need that. I don't need clout. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could care less about clout. And the thing is, why are these dudes so desperate? Like, any little news that Ticket sees, he runs to the camera. Is Steph doing that? Steph don't need super chats. Steph don't need people to, he don't need to beg people. Steph don't need to sell merchandise, a bunch of generic merchandise to make money. He don't need to do all of that. He don't need PayPal. He don't need none of that. Steph Curry don't need YouTube, but these guys do. These former failed basketball players, they need YouTube though, right? That's what's killing me. Steph Curry ain't up here every day downgrading women like Jaye Black is. Like, you gotta look at yourself before you judge somebody. You should look at yourself. Because can't nobody judge nobody but the man upstairs. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna be here too much longer. But I just think at the end of the day that they need to slow their roll on the hate for Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry, he waking up in his mansion. Where Kwame Brown waking up at? Like, he ain't riding around in no Tahoe. Same old Tahoe. Same old Benz. Like, stop it. He ain't creating beefs on YouTube to make money. He ain't out here every day on Instagram crying about Gilbert Arenas every day. Crying about Gilbert. That's all he talk about. You come on, man. Kwame Brown, a former NBA player. I mean, come on, man. You got beef with Mr. Skinny? I mean, no disrespect to Mr. Skinny, but come on, man. You beefing with a YouTuber. Really? Really? Shouldn't you be bigger than that? Instead of sitting online crying about Steph, instead of downgrading Steph, why don't you get an NBA job? Why don't you go into coaching? Why don't you use your basketball wisdom and go into coaching, go into broadcasting? Why don't you go into high school ranks? Why don't you go into like the college ranks? Somebody will hire you because you're a former NBA player. Why don't you run camps to help guys? Why don't you take your podcast and talk about basketball instead of useless, silly gossip? Because I just think it's absolute BS. You know, Ticket talks a good game. All he does is talk. All these downgrade people. I mean, come on, y'all don't get tired of this? Y'all don't get tired of the foolishness? You don't get tired of them always tearing people down? Aisha can say some stupid things. But who are you to tear this man down? What relationship do these three guys have? These three stooges have? Let's be honest. I've never seen Ticket TV with a woman. But he's always criticizing other people about relationships. Get a relationship before you talk about, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to end this. Hey, Kwame Brown, get a relationship before you talk about Steph. Ticket TV, get a relationship before you talk about Steph. Jaye Black, get a relationship before you talk about Steph. That's it, I'm out.